Look at that. Tell me I got this thing on. Oh, you p***. Oh. Alright guys, this is the video of me fishing the Coastal Kayak Cartel Redfish tournament this past August. Alright, if you've seen the video before this, I did the pre-fishing video where I went to several different spots to try to find the redfish. Some of them were good, some of them weren't. But I had a plan going into this place, and when I got there, something just told me something, and I started looking, and I totally changed my plan, and it paid off. Me and my homeboy Dwayne over here, we ended up placing first place in that tournament. We came out on head. We put some pretty good fish on the scales, and it paid off for us. Alright, so at the end of this video, I'm going to go over the baits that I use, the plan that I came up with to find these fish, and how I'm working and what I'm seeing. So if you want to learn that stuff, you can just fast forward to it and learn it, or you can watch the video and see how I'm working that lure, kind of the busting and the stuff that I'm going after. Alright guys, while you're here, don't forget to like and subscribe on the video. Hope to see all you guys on the water. Tight lines and God bless. Fish over there. Man, I wasn't recording. I saw bait busting over here. Came over. Couple pops and immediately called a redfish. I saw bait busting and I saw redfish feeding over here. And that's what I'm doing in this marsh right here. I am just running around looking for redfish, and when I find them, I am catching them. This one's going to be a good one. This is a tournament red right here. Good thing I'm fishing a tournament today. I'm seeing a rat, man. I don't know a rat. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Got him. Look at this guy. Look at this guy here. Wow.
coming out the green room in a blue suit with my mean crew, sipping on the bat blue. That dude with a bad attitude, vocal like a fat dude, but I'm shaped like a frail nerd. Blowing smoke out the window, yelling
Catching nothing but rats. Nothing but rats. I need something beside a rat. Ah.
They can't deal with a real ill lyrical dude. I'm in the booth spitting flames with this chip in my tooth. Hold it, I'm like a pimp when he feeling his groove. That tell a woman anything and she willing to do it. I got my radar.
Got him.
Okay, y'all, I'm ready
Got
to
him.
spray. I got my AK.
Yes, sir.
Okay, babe, you ready
Told you
to
there was a
play?
redfish
I got
over here.
my AR,
It's a small one, but I got him.
Got a grenade launcher tongue protected by my lips. Got me feeling like Incredible Hulk. My metaphysical physical is a bottle of scotch. Just a little bit. I bet you think I'm giving a lot. Even when I'm liquid, I'm like a brick or a rock. You're so liquid. Yeah. You're so liquid. Yeah. You're so liquid. Wavy like the ocean. I don't think they capture emotion. You're so liquid. Wavy like the ocean. I don't think they capture emotion. You're so liquid.
Alright guys, this right here, that's the redfish that won me that tournament right there. Now, this was fun. I got him on that point right over there, and what happened was, if you saw me miss that fish at the very beginning of this video, well, that was right before this. I hit the point before this, I caught that fish, was going to scoop him, and boom, and I had to bleep out a lot of bad language because that one got
he's still on there.
But 2 or 3 casts later,
look at that.
Like, next point down, I threw, and I got this bull, I got this pig right here, and man, this guy right here was
that's a good one.
Redfish. What a blast, guys! Right on.
Give me that tail, boy. That's a big one. Oh, look at that big one, boy! Yeah!
Alright guys, what a blast, man. I love being out there on the water chasing them redfish. That is some of my favorite fish to catch, man. That redfish that I won the tournament, that big one, I was in a small, narrow canal and he was spinning me around. I edited it out because I was singing like a fool. I'm spinning, I'm singing, and you don't want to hear me singing, so I had to edit all that out. But what a blast that was. And so right off the bat, the only lure I used that day was this guy right here, this bone colored super spook. is my go-to. And if you've seen my my pre-fish video, that big redfish I caught, he's the one that took that chunk out, and you can see I got battle scars all down this thing because fish love this bait, and I just can't get rid of this one. So this is what I used. I didn't use anything else. Now the reason I only used that one is because it was a good calm day, the water was flat, and I was only fishing in 1.5 to 2 foot at tops. I mean, it was a foot, averaging about a foot deep where I was going. So with the water that deep, you know, you got a top water going over a redfish feeding or whatever, it's going to trigger them back in the marshes. My plan was, when I first got there, was to pull out by the boat ramp and work my way up this shoreline, this grass shoreline where I had found redfish the day before. But as I was sitting there in my boat waiting to leave, or sitting there in my truck waiting to leave, I got to thinking about it, and I didn't catch I caught a big quality redfish, but I didn't see a whole lot of action, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of time. So what I did was I opened up my phone and I pulled out Google Maps. Now Google Maps is going to be one of your best tools in finding places to find fish. So what I did is you've got to put it on that satellite setting, because you can't have that cartoon stuff. You won't know what it looks like. You put it on the satellite setting where you can see stuff. You can see deep spots in the water. You can see good stuff if you know what you're looking for. So I pulled it up, and I noticed a marsh system next to this lake I was at that I've never seen before. I knew there was something over there, but I'd never been back up in there, and I'd never taken the time to look. So I looked and I noticed canals, I noticed back lakes, lots of them. And man, my mind started spinning, and I was like, I'm heading straight for that. And that's basically what I did. I started working one shoreline, and I was about halfway down this shoreline when a boat just pulled right in front of me and started working the shoreline in front of me. Now you can get upset and you can get mad about that. You know, I think it's kind of funny. I just shook my head and I said, you know what? That means I need to go to that marsh. So I just left him. I let him go play over there, and I took off to that marsh. And I went into that marsh and I started catching, well, it wasn't promising at first, but then I came around a corner into here and I saw redfish popping on the shoreline, and I threw it over there, got me a rat red. So that's basically my game plan. Was I wasn't going to blind cast. I just went through there and looked for signs. I saw busting behind me, bait flying behind me, and a redfish dodging, and I threw my top water and I caught that first redfish, that first slot red. And then I caught another small ones, but then I got that big one, and it was all from seeing signs. I didn't see signs from that big one, but I was in a small canal and I could see wakes. I could see bait busting, and I was catching fish from that right there. So keep that in mind, guys. Sometimes you can blind cast if you know you're at a spot that usually will hold fish, but something like that, especially in that shallow water back there, you're going to see signs of redfish feeding. And if they're feeding and you throw something towards them, that noise and that jerk is going to trigger them, and they're going to come after it every time, guys. So hope this helps you guys, and I hope to see all you guys on the water. Don't forget to like and subscribe while you're here, guys. Tight lines, and God bless.